What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Uh, Make sure to like, subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to talk about some statements, a topic that Grant Williams spoke about on the 520 podcast, right? And they asked him, what was it like going from Boston to Dallas to play? Leaving Jayson Tatum and the Boston Celtics to go play with the Mavericks and Luka Doncic, right? And to my surprise, Grant Williams said that he liked playing with Luka better. And because a lot of people say, well, Luka is ball dominant. You know the things that they say about Luka. He's not really all that strong on defense, but Grant had a lot of positive things to say about playing with Luka. Nothing really negative to say about Jayson Tatum, but I was kind of surprised. So now with that being said, man, I want to go to this podcast, the 520 podcast, and listen to what Grant Williams had to say about playing with the two.
Moving from Boston to Dallas. What was that transition like?
Smooth.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because like
signing trade, baby.
Signing trade is always a misconception. People think signing trades is like, oh, this guy got moved.
Yeah.
Versus signing trades is basically the player decided to go somewhere else and sign and stuff like that. So when I left the team, I was like, at the time, me and Joe weren't on the best of terms. Now it's my dog, locked in for life. But at the time we were on best of terms, so I was like, I'm gone either way. So then I signed to Dallas. I'm like, all right, cool. So Luka's represented by my agency. Get there, Mark and those guys are like, hey, we're excited to have you. We need you to be like a leader on this team, hold people accountable, all this other stuff. I'm like, cool. So then that season happens, how it went.
Yeah.
And it was a great time. Like I look back to those times. I learned so much about that team, like Kyrie, like all the misconceptions that I had about him at the league. I was like, yo, this is one of the best teammates I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, and then you got like LD, one of the best players.
All right, so let me address that, right? Because Grant Williams is not the first person I've heard that said, once you play with Kyrie Irving, the misconceptions that some people might have about him before they meet him or get to play on the same team with him is just that, a misconception. And a lot of people say that he's a great person and somebody that they really enjoy playing with. So he and Grant Williams is not the first person I've heard say that about Kyrie Irving.
I remember those conversations with ET and
that's why I brought
JT.
that up. Yeah.
JT's my dog. JT is my dog. JT is my dog.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
And what I'm saying is JT impacts winning more.
Okay.
So how you determine which one is a better player, that's on you to decide. The talent that I saw playing with Luka is absurd.
He's nice.
What you say about JT? I missed that one.
The way he impacts winning is unprecedented. Like he impacts the game at every facet. He can defend. He can he's a playmaker. He can score. So he's a 6'10" wing that can do it all. Like, that's the best way to describe it. LD 6'7" European bucket that also controls the game. He pace. Like he knows he puts people in position.
Yeah.
Like I've never had that many open shots since playing with Luka Doncic in my life. It's difficult at times, but at the same time, like it's like you watch him and you're amazed. Like, and I always say, JT.
All right, so let's look at what he's saying though. He's saying that Jayson Tatum affect the game like winning more than Luka Doncic, right? And he enjoyed the fact. He didn't have a problem with the fact that Jayson Tatum could, do everything offensively, plus he go down to the other end and defend. But when it comes to Luka, man, he says that, he enjoyed playing with Luka because he got a lot of open shots when it came to Luka, right? And Luka made his job offensively easy, but on a defensive end, he said at times it was more difficult, right? So I just wanted to point that out. And so that's what he enjoyed, and liked about those two situations, right? So, but let's listen to some more.
He had the benefit of the doubt that like in moments like he was amazing in moments, but also we had a really, really freaking good team. So like you didn't have to be amazing at all times. Like with LD, I felt like every single game I'd be like, there's something new that I'm like, holy crap. Like, and maybe that's just how they both play. You know, JT is a little bit more passive, also like a little bit more like trusting of his teammates. LD is a little more ball dominant, you know, getting to his own. So
what's that first practice of that training camp like when you guys see Kyrie and Luka hooping at the same time? Like,
oh no. So
who the fuck was you guarding?
I'll say this. So like I always bring it back to that Finley story because when Finley came out, it was like Grant got 26 on his head. I'm like, that is cap.
Oh yeah.
Like, that is cap.
Yeah,
like, I definitely got scored on. It was about 12. I'll give him that. Like definitely about 12.
12
switches. So like, but LD, like I was in charge of making sure he showed up every day. So like I was like always agitating them, like pissing them off some way. Like in Dallas, we practiced every day. It's different than if like we scrimmaged. Like that was our way of practicing.
That's fine.
So it was smooth. Like I rocked with it.
Yeah.
And so
see now he said he was in charge of making sure that Luka Doncic showed up every day, right? And you know, so he kind of had to keep tabs on Luka Doncic. I don't know, like, you know, you never heard anybody having to keep tabs on their best ball player because that's usually the guy who is the most disciplined. Like when you talk about anybody, even in the game today, like Jayson Tatum, I can't imagine Jayson Tatum needing somebody to you know, stay on top of him in order to make sure he stay at practice or show up to practice on time. Like Kobe, Magic, all those guys, Birds, they never had, you know, you never would hear anything. So I'm kind of, I don't know why he, you know, now I can understand he likes Luka and everything. I don't get it, man. Why he would choose Luka over, you know, if he gave me some other reasons besides red flags, then I could I'd be like, oh, okay. But, you know.
It was competitive, like Kai and absurd, but Kai would, you know, pick and choose. Like some days when, you know, guys get into it, that's when Kai would turn it up. Yeah. But other days he'd be like, all right, yeah, LD needs this for his conditioning, whatever he needs to do, let him rock out. Yeah. So it was fun, but also that team, like you could tell that team was a finals team, even without like the talent. Like we needed one more big at the time, like Rashawn Holmes, I think at the time when I was there. Yeah. Like we needed Gafford changed that team.
Yeah. Hell of a trade. Underrated trade.
Hell of a
for
trade.
Sure, bro.
And even my trade with PJ, like it was a good trade in my opinion. Like in terms of like similar players, but at the same time, like I think PJ provides a little bit more. I like passing more than he does. Like I feel like he's a little more score motivated. So like even that group, like they were prepared to go to the finals, and that's why they did. I just think that made it tough at the end.
So you were one person who probably thought last year, like everybody else, like how the hell did they trade Luka? Or that was probably shocking as hell to you.
Oh no, I was in bed and I was like, I saw the tweet. I was like, ain't no way. Like, I'm all right. Ain't no way. But at the same time, I know because like Nico loves AD. You know, he's a Kobe guy, and AD was Kobe's guy. Talking about Gian. I thought it was really trying to set up Giannis going to Dallas.
Oh, that's what
they really wanted. They wanted Giannis and AD in Dallas. I think that was the envision, the plan.
Oh shit,
Giannis and AD.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
but that would have fed families.
Yes,
generations.
Would have, because that's all he talked about. He talked about those two guys. Those were the guys. So I think, like they said, remember the first call they made to was the Bucks.
Yeah,
or was it Timberwolves?
I think it was Milwaukee. Then it was Timberwolves.
Yeah. Bucks, then Timberwolves.
Yeah.
So Bucks going after Giannis. Timberwolves going after Ant.
Yeah.
So
they all knew they was a year early. Now we know. Sure. Has it been this year, boy?
Oh, Giannis would have been the Dallas Mavericks.
Been out of there.
Yeah.
He'd been a deep element for sure.
Yeah. So, but that was it was.
Yeah, I think like with Grant Williams, right? Anytime you listen to a player give like a comparison between two other players, like he's doing here with Luka and Jayson Tatum, you know, like once you get past the fact that Luka is like historically great with his offensive game, you know, like everything else to me, it just seems like if it's not a red flag, it's something that you don't mind putting up with. But you know, if you don't mind having your star player be somebody that you got to keep tabs on and you got to, you know, make sure you show up to practice, or if you don't mind having a player that don't play defense, consistently, and even like he said, sometimes it's kind of hard, then I guess you can choose Luka over Jayson Tatum, right? But the organization, the Mavericks, they didn't choose Luka over they didn't even choose Luka over a guy who couldn't even stay healthy in Anthony Davis. So I'm kind of trying to understand why he would choose Luka. So when I first started listening to this, I was like, wow, he chose Luka. So, I'm thinking I'm gonna hear about everything, but it just all Luka's great points. Something different that people don't usually say about Luka, right? But it just makes it seem like, he's somebody who could put up with Luka's red flags more so than anybody else, more so than like the organization was willing to, right? And so I don't know if he did Luka any favors by really, some of the things he said, because some people would see some of that stuff as a red flag, just like everybody else. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And I'm going to check y'all out in the next video. Peace.